Young Petty Thieves at Radio Memphis and finish the wine here on this Wednesday. Ahead of that, it was Everdean's with Idiot King. Idiot. Idiot King. Here on a Wednesday, the 6th of April. It's 15 minutes past the hour. I was over here perusing through some stuff. I got some things to get into here, you know, as the day unfolds before us. There's usually some interesting things that will happen. We always find a way to turn chicken shit into chicken salad around
salad,
here.
yeah.
Speaking of,
you hungry?
Really? One of the places that I will cruise through is Reddit, of course, because there's a lot there, and you know, you go to the various subreddits and you can find some pretty interesting things. And one of the ones I subscribe to, of course, is the one from Memphis.
Right.
r/Memphis. And I normally don't bring it up because it's just people talking, you know.
Sure.
Usually they're bitching about potholes or, you know.
Right.
The bus service here or,
yeah.
You know, hey, anybody planning on meeting down on Beale or whatever the case is. And I see this under the headline, Get Fucked Karen. And this is written from...
They talking to Karens of the world?
This comes to us from user Accomplished Toe 108.
Accomplished Toe.
The nicknames are pretty funny.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Accomplished Toe 108 is a server in this city.
Ah, okay. All
and she brings up a very interesting point about the state of things.
Yes.
Not just in the restaurant industry, but in the society at large.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
He says, so 2 nights ago I was alone. I was the only server. I had 12 plus tables and no food runner, no host, no bartender. I was alone.
Oh.
And this table full of assholes kept being like, are you coming back here or are you going to keep running around? And I got mad as fuck. I looked right at this lady and said, this whole restaurant is being run by me alone. You ain't the only person in here. I'm trying to get to you, but it's going to take a minute. If you want to sit here and complain, best complain to this banister, because as far as I'm concerned, you can get fucked. Then I walked away. They didn't tip me.
But they stayed?
But they sure as fuck didn't complain after that. They just took their food to go. Best get the fuck out. We don't play that bullshit on Beale. So it's apparently what's on Beale.
I love it.
Not anymore. Not since the pandemic, and motherfuckers want to act a fool all the time.
Right.
He's got a point. Whoever this is has a very valid point. That these people that are coming, the pandemic's over, we're going to go out to eat, and they start treating their servers like shit.
Yeah. I've seen it time and time again.
Oh, God, I hear about it all the time.
I hear about it from friends. Yes.
Oh, she comes home with some of these horror stories.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, whether you know, where she works, they're not shorthanded, but a lot of places are. They're, you know, servers are behind the clock.
Right.
In the weeds, as they say.
Right.
The kitchen is stuck, or they've got, you know, problems. And these customers don't take any of this into consideration, and it's a me thing.
Right.
And they start shitting all over everybody in the restaurant.
Yes.
And what's happening now, and this is not an isolated incident. I've heard several stories of some servers going, fuck you.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
We're going to put up with this shit. You know, if you're not going to act like a decent human being and treat these people with a little bit of respect.
Right.
They're working hard.
Yeah.
You know, they don't necessarily want to be there too. So,
and another complaint I hear from them is not only the lack of respect, but the lack of tipping. Which is also respectful. If you get good service, you should tip your server.
Well, you should. You should.
And let's face it, if you can't afford to tip,
then don't go out.
You really shouldn't be going out to eat.
No.
If you can't afford to tip, drive through Taco Bell.
If you can afford it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can afford to go out to eat.
The price of fast food has gone
it has
way up.
I'm sure it has. Actually, I haven't bought any fast food I don't know how long.
And if y'all are sitting there going DoorDash in the fast food, well, first of all, you've just taken the fast out of it, and second of all, you've made it even more expensive than what it is.
Hey, that's fine.
And the third
I'd
of it
say
is
let those people do that.
The quality of that food is going to go to crap too. And if you're going to have some sweaty, DoorDasher eating your French fries on the way home,
the people that I know that do that don't eat their food. They don't do that. And the people that I personally know that drive.
Well, yes.
I don't know about other DoorDashers.
I don't know, just a blanket thing. I don't know.
I know. It's a scary thought.
It's a horrific. It's
gross,
bad enough you're worried about, the idiot in the window. You don't know because he doesn't care about his job. He doesn't care. Doesn't care at all.
Making his, what?
16 an hour, if that, maybe 15 an hour.
God, that seems like so much for a fast food job. If I go back to my early days, if I was making that, when I was 15.
Have you bought a gallon of gas?
No, I'm saying if I was making that when I was 15.
That's different.
Man.
That's what management paid.
Yeah, back then. Yes. Yeah. That's you're right.
Yeah.
That's probably about right.
That was big money for
20 an hour, right.
You started out at $3.25, $3.50.
Yeah.
Worked your way up the chain.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Much different.
Yeah. Much different. Yeah, 15 or 16 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Still won't buy you.
No.
Now, when you've got 25, $50 left after paying all your bills.
Right.
And buying groceries, and you're like, oh, shit, I got $50 left for the month.
Right.
What the hell am I going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. And, people like this dude here on Reddit, or her, whoever this is, hats off.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
don't put up with that stuff.
And, well, luckily for whoever that was, they were the only ones there. You're there with management and stuff like that. I can't see being able to get away with that. If that was the only person there, geez.
The old saying, "The customer is always right," is not correct.
Not correct anymore.
No, it is not. I don't think it's ever really been that correct. Yeah. There's an important adage you have to remember when you go out to eat and when you're heading into restaurants. This is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with the people handling your food.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
I've been in the business. I know what happens. I've seen it happen.
Well, I've seen the movie Waiting.
Uh-huh.
Ryan Reynolds, I think, was in that. Man, that'll, ooh. You watch Waiting, and you will never want to go out to eat ever again.
Yeah, sometimes I like doing it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm pretty picky about the places that I go. And of course, you always have to be very kind, and you have to understand that sometimes the kitchen is running way behind, and your dinner's going to come out late.
Right.
It's not the server's fault. They're not sitting around there with a thumb up their ass.
Right.
They're trying to stay on top of it because that's how they make their money.
Right.
Working with you. So you have to be a little bit more patient about such matters.
Yeah. I have a friend who was telling me about this old man that came in and was giving him like $1.
Mm-hmm.
And said, y'all get a paycheck, right? And they said, well, no. Well, really the only way we make money is by tips.
Uh-huh.
We're paid $2 and
$13
$2.13 an hour.
Yeah.
And he said, what? $2 an hour? And she was like, yes, sir. And he whips out a 5 and he was like, okay, here.
Yeah. Well, that goes to taxes.
Yeah.
And other things. The reason why they can get away with that $2.13 an hour is that by law, if I understand this correctly, through the State Labor Relations Board, you can pay somebody $2.13 an hour, knowing that the tips are going to bring them up to whatever the minimum wage is.
Right.
If they don't, then the owner of the place is supposed to make up the gap.
Right.
it's never really that much of an issue because, a decent place, most servers can pull in, if they're really good, they're up to like $18-20 an hour. Sometimes more.
Yeah, right.
Depending on the kind of joint you're in and how good you are.
Turnover.
With turnover and, being polite and not spitting in people's food.
Right.
That tends to work out.
It does.
As long as there's not a case of the shits that comes running through this restaurant, that kind of thing. Yeah, well, it happens. I mean, look.
I know.
You take your life into your hands. It was funny. I was having this very conversation with the wife just yesterday about this, and she'd gotten a phone call from her bank that said that her card is having to be cut off because it got compromised.
Oh.
For the second time in 5 days. She'd just gotten a new one. I said, "What the fuck? Who are you giving this card to?" And she goes, she was trying to rack her brain. I went to here, I went to there. Maybe I was at a gas station, because the scammers are showing up. There was that Shell station right over here got me once.
They tell you to grab those things and take them off, see if they'll come off. Because the fake ones will come off.
They're now doing it where, the keypad right at the counter out of a convenience store.
Oh, the little
thing?
Yeah.
There's people that are slipping overlays on top of that now. Right in front of the clerk. Hey, I need a pack of smokes. And the guy turns around his guy's back and they slap a thing on there.
Wow.
Yeah. Saw several videos about that. These scams are a big deal, and it's getting...
I'd pick up and check those things before I'd use them.
Well, she got in a call that said that somebody in St. Louis, I think it was, or Kansas City, was at a gas station trying to fill up their car, and her card number showed up, and she goes, "You're clearly not there." And so, at any rate... She's like, I never really thought much about the dangers of having a debit or credit card. When you're shopping online, you're perfectly safe.
Right.
Because of the encryption.
It's in public that you're in trouble.
I told her, I said, because of the encryption, Amazon, for example, they don't even know your account number.
Right.
There's a whole third-party thing that handles it, and there's encryption, and there's keys and all this stuff, and it's you're not going to get ripped off like that. However, you go to a restaurant and hand your waiter a card.
Oh, yeah.
They can go back there with their phone, take a picture of the front and back of it, and then they're on a shopping spree.
True.
Just that fast.
Wow.
Yes, you're far more likely.
Really thought about that before.
That's why you got to be careful where you go.
Yeah.
A desperate server who is, angry at the world and is going to do things like augment the tip you leave. I've heard of that. That's a thing. Whatever they're going to do, they'll do that because you just handed this person, this complete stranger, your card to pay for your meal.
Right.
And so I was telling Joe, I said, think about like the thing where the new thing that a lot of restaurants are doing now is they got the little thing, the computer right at the table. The card never leaves your sight.
Right.
More and more places are doing that.
I didn't think about that, but that's a really good, safe way to be able to pay is paying right there at the table and not having it.
Yeah, the only other places that we tend to go are a little more high class, and we know the people that own it.
Right.
So if there's a problem, it's like you call them up and say, "Hey, yo,
hey Chuck,
check out this deal here." That kind of thing. But yeah, you piss off somebody who's waiting on you, who handles your food. They can exact revenge on you.
Yeah. But to me, that's not a good person.
No, it's not. But if you treat them well, they won't do that to you.
No, but I mean, a good person would not exact revenge. Would just
clearly.
I would think they would just kind of.
I don't know. Somebody take a shit in my yard, there's going to be a problem.
Shitting in my yard's a little different. Even being a dick at a table.
Well, I'm talking about use that as a euphemism if you want to. There's been people that have come to this radio station and have said things or done things.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker standing here going, "You need me." No, I need a beer and a nap. I don't need you. Get out of here. God damn, or telling me, what was it one guy said? He goes, you shouldn't wear headphones while you're on the air because, you look stupid. What? Excuse
Really?
me? Yeah. Excuse me? Yeah.
Nobody can see us anyway, so what difference does it make?
Well, I go,
And this is,
this is another one too. They go, well, that's not funny. Here's what's funny.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's not as funny as this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is funny. It's all subjective. One man's humor is
Of course,
an insult to another.
That's why we exist, because we lean more toward the insulting sometimes.
Yeah, it's more fun.
We insult people's sensibilities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, God, yesterday we had a story about a guy with a traffic cone up his ass. I mean, that's not, you don't just get that anywhere.
Man,
It certainly wasn't on Kimmel.
I had
Come on, Jimmy, step it up over there. Funny boy.
nightmares about that traffic cone.